Hello friend, how are you? Welcome to Tripan Study Center. Today we are going to do the chapter of social science and highlighting each and every point of it. Let's see what is our topic today. The Vedic Age. The India is the Vedic Age. There is an important. The Vedic Age is a mark a new phase in the ascent in Indian history. You know that there is an important. The Vedic Age is a mark a new phase in ancient Indian history which began with the arrival of Aryan in India is around 1500 BC. There is 1500 BC. There is the most important period time here. There is Aryan arrive in India. It is latest formed almost a thousand year in the course of which is a number of economic, social, political and religious developments took place here. The Vedic Age accordingly is divided into two periods. Is about equal duration, earlier Vedic period and later Vedic period. There is a most important period time here, earlier Vedic period and later Vedic period here. Have you heard of the Vedas? There is an important question. Have you heard of the Vedas? They are most important source of information of the Vedic age. The earlier Vedic period is known mainly for the Rig Veda, which was the first Veda to be composed. There is a first Veda. The first Veda is composed here, Rig Veda. From this period went to the Vedic tribes living in the northern west part of subcontinent, including Punjab and Afghanistan. We do not have much archaeological evidence here. This is probably because the early Vedic peoples generally led a nomadic life and did not stay for long at any place. Their economical was mainly a pastoral, that is important, and cattle rearing was the chief means of livelihood. Horse, goat, and sheep were almost important in this period time. A little agriculture was also practiced here. A family clan in their tribe is called Jan, where the social units and there is were no castes here. The chief of tribes was called Raja. That is important and popular assemblies of all member of Jans is called Savas and Samiti. Had importance is the public affair. A number of Dalits where is worshipped. Indra began to the most important them here. The Indra is the most important worship here. Is important. The Vedic period is now is a much greater details from two vast surplus of later is a Vedic literature as well as former archaeological materials here. The later Vedic literature is comprised of the following book, and that is the three Vedas, Sam Veda, Azur Veda, and Earth Veda. There is the most important here three Vedas on this period time: Sam Veda, Azur Veda, and Earth Veda. There is also is a commentaries all of four Vedas is called Brahmanas, is a Arkana and Upanishad. Upanishad is important and Brahmans and Aryanakas is there Upanishad here. A large number of sites belonging to this period have also been excavated. They are all marked by a topically poetry is called painted Greek walls means PGW and so now is the PGW sites here. During the later Vedic period, there was a large scale eastward is a movement of the Aryan communities to Indo-Ganetics in the Dobas and Upper Ganga plain area. Toward the Indo period, three important kingdoms come from further east: Kashi, Koshal, and Vidya. There is a Vidya is important. Agriculture was not a main occupation in this period time, and the number of crops, including rice, wheat, and sugarcane, were growing on the field. The craft also is multiplied as iron, weapon, and tools were reduced on this period time. People now lived to the settle of life in a village, and castes began to emerge and crystallize in their form of four here. The Brahmans is a burns. This time is called the four burns here. The first here the Brahmans, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. There is the most important words established by in this period time here. The powers of kings and his mean are increased, and those of assembly where is a prominently is undermined. Sacrifice is now become a very elaborate the importance of God Indra is seated here. The new god such as a is a Prajapati's figure of prominent. Is a Prajapati is a figure is prominent is toward the end of period. Our reaction to be a sacrificial is rituals is could be also be observed, which we find are mentioned in the Upanishads. The next year, the post-Vedic age. The post-Vedic age, there is some important here. In the 6th century BC, there is an important period of time here. 6th century BC, where a come up large territorious state in the northern and eastern India known as the Mahajanpad. That is called is a Mahajanpad. And there is a 16 such a state, namely Anga, Magad, Bazai, Kashi, Koshal, Malya, Kuru, Panchal, Vasta, Avanti, Kamboj, Gandhara, Ashoka, Chadis, Matyasya, and Survasena. Among these, Magad and Koshal and Amavatis where is the most powerful. On this period time, Magad, Koshal, and Avantis where is the most powerful here. And the extension of the agriculture, growth of trade and industries, rise of territory state, and beginning of the urbanization give a rise to be new forces in a society. Thus, the 6th century BC was also a period of social, religious, and transformation. People express there is a justification against the athletics and Brahmanism is a Vedic sacrifice. There is a more numerous in the sect of the is a reformatory movement. This period is called to the ascent period in history. Say the rise of two important religions called Jainism and Buddhism on this period time. The first of all here, Buddhism. Let's come to the study of Buddhism here. The next topic is the most important here of Buddhism. Buddhism is the most important in this period time here of Buddhism. Gautam Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, was born in 563 BC in the Lumbini, which is situated near Indo-Nepal border. He was the son of Sudodhan. There is a son of Sudodhan. There is the most important here. There is important is the born of 563 BC, Lumbini, and there is the near of Nepal border. And father here, Sudodhan. There are chief of Sakya and Kapil Bastu. At the age of 29, Gautam left home and turned to the Buddhi agreement of the Buddha Gaya under a peepal tree. He delivered the first seminar at the Sarnath near Varanasi. His the teaching include a four noble truth is the Arya Satya and the 8 foot Patya Ashtam Marga. There is the most important on this. According to the Buddha here, the four path is the most important according to their Buddha here. First, the world is a fully of mysteries is a dukkha. There is a world is a fully of mysteries is the dukkha. And desire of Krishna is the causing of his mysteries. And if desire in the conquered is then all the sorrow can be removed. And this can be done by following a 8 foot path, which include a right memory, right aim, right speech, right action, right livelihood, and the right effort, right memory, and their right meditation. There is a 8 foot path of given to the Mahatma Buddha. But is a Buddha suggested a middle path away from both extremely is a luxury as well as extremely austerity. He also is laid down to the code of conduct such as a non-killing and non-stealing for the followers. He died at the age of 80 years. There is a time period of 483 BC at the Kushinagar in Uttar Pradesh. That is the most important period time. And the next year, Jainism. The next point is important here, Jainism. Jainism has a short history on your screen. There is the most important for all exam view here. The first Tirthakara here, Rishwanath. Rishabhanath, there is a first of Tirthakara in a noun, they are a founder of Jainism. The Jainism is a founder also here. There are Rishabhanath. Rishabhanath is a first, is a Tirthak, there is important, and there is a Bardhaman Mahabira was the 24th Tirthakara. There is the important point. Bardhaman Mahabira was the 24th Tirthakara of the sect of the here Parshvanath is the beginning there 23rd one. There is important point also. Parshvanatha is a 23. There is one. Mahavira was born in a 5040 BC at the Kundagram near a Vaishali, Bihar. There is an important. The Vaishali, Bihar. His the father was a chief Jaitrika Kshatriya's clan. Mahabira became on the ascetics at the age of 30 years and died at the Pavalpuris in the 468 BC near the Rajagriha. The Rajagriha important is his follower come to be now as the Jains. There is a followers here can be now as the Jains. Jainism has no place for a supreme creator. There is Jainism has no place for a supreme creator. It is recognized the extensive of God, but place them lower than to the Jain teachers. The main aim of Jainism is the attachment of the freedom from worldly bonds. Like Buddhism and Jainism oppose the restrictions here. Paradise and the evils of the Vedic is Brahmanism. It is also pose a caste system and accept their doctrines of karma and rebirth. Jainism has a 5 cardinal and principle here. First of all is the ahimsa or non-violence. Ahimsa means as a non-violence. Second is the truthfulness. And third is the abstention from the stealings. And fourth here, non-attachment, and is the fifth is the celibacy and brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is important here. The 3 jewels, there are 3 jewels Krishna here of Jainism here. Right vision, Samyak Darshan. Right knowledge, Samyak Jana. And the right is the conduct, Samyak Charitra. There is the most important